y'all certainly faced some adversity in this whole team. So how good was it to see you overcome that kind of
It was probably one of the more stressful 3 hours of my life. But it was awesome to see just our players overcome everything, whether it was self-inflicted wounds, whether it was wounds from other things that happened in the game. It was just cool to see our guys, just their resiliency to make plays at the end of the game and do things at the end of the game to go win the football game. And not just offensively, defensively. That's talk about just a team going and winning a football game, getting stops on defense, making plays on offense. Man, it was just really, really cool to see.
Kate, with some mistakes on Thursday night, what was your conversations like with him?
It was just, making sure he understood, you're not going to go out and throw 5 touchdowns every game. He was frustrated, but, credit to Tulsa, they did some things differently they hadn't done on tape all year. And, of course, they had a bye week going into it, so we knew that. We knew we'd see some things that were different. But just making sure he understood, and he did a great job. Was he pissed? Heck yeah, he was pissed. But at the end of the day, he shook it off, and, just like everybody else, he made plays at the end of the game that helped us win.
You're down, 2 of your top receivers on that final drive, so how big was it to see Yannick step up and some of those other young guys?
Yep, and, we felt it all season in camp, throughout the season, that we have really good depth, guys that we can count on. And, obviously Jari stepping in, you don't blink an eye when Jari gets in the game. Obviously Yannick too. Yannick making a huge catch there on that last drive to get us down on their side of the 50. But that's just, confidence in your guys. You see them do it in practice and have the confidence for them to go do it in a game. And that's where, that's a big-time situation there in the game. You're driving down by 1 to try and go win it. And Caton didn't hesitate one bit. He knew he had a one-on-one and took it and gave Yannick a chance, and he made the play.
You had so much success with the quick quarterback sneak, in fourth and third, or fourth and short, third and short. When you got down there that one time and didn't run that play, was that a thought that maybe wanted to, and then obviously bad things started happening right after that?
Yeah, that was a bad sequence. Just and it's. With a lot of people and even myself, you don't factor in is you just go from the high of, we just scored a touchdown and go up 14-3, and then all of a sudden it's, okay, now we got to reset. Okay, what's our, what do we want to go to on the 1 yard line? Didn't want to go to jumbo, our jumbo package yet. Wanted to get it in 12 personnel and put a couple tight ends on the field and see if we could punch it in that way. We had a critical breakdown in the backfield. That led to a negative play, and then a penalty that backed us up even more, and then obviously a turnover right there on second down. And so just a bad sequence of 3 plays right there. You can always sit there and play Monday morning quarterback wishing, I wish I would have just went jumbo there or this or that, but, you can't do that. We gotta overcome the situation. We got to take care of the football. Just go get us a few yards and let's kick a field goal. And it's not what we want. We'd always want a touchdown, but at least – it's a heck of a lot better than throwing a pick down there at that situation.
Coach, mistakes aside, you still totaled 500 yards for the 3rd straight game. Is there a specific switch you point to that might have flipped over that time that you've seen over the last 3 games?
Just our consistency of running the football. Those 5 up front, the running backs, those guys on the perimeter, because it's to run the football like that, that's a team effort. It's not just those guys up front. It's not just those running backs doing a great job. It's a team effort. That to me that's the most important thing right now, is being able to hand the football off and make positive yards. And our running backs are doing a great job of seeing things. When they get in one-on-one situations, they're making guys miss, and that's what's leading to explosive runs. That to me is what has really made and will always make this thing go, is having the ability to run the football. So that to me has been the biggest thing for us. And then just, not in limiting turnovers. Now, we turned the ball over the other night, but we were able to overcome it, with explosive plays and put ourselves in enough scoring opportunities.
We've talked about the tight end depth, the wide receiver depth, but you mentioned how important running football is. 3 straight games over 200 yards rushing. Yeah, the offensive line's been great, but it seems like there's no fall off in the line depending on who's in the backfield, and also no fall off at the running back just depending on who's in the backfield. You speak of the depth, especially some of these young guys like London Montgomery.
Yeah, and it's huge. It's just huge in the sense of, I'm sure there's times like early in the game, people are probably like, well, where's Rajay at? Where's Rajay at? Well, we were glad we had Rajay in the fourth quarter. I know that. And that's where, we try and do a good job of rotating those guys because we trust all of them. It's not that we're just going to rotate to rotate. We trust London. We trust Marlon to take care of the football, to do what they're supposed to do, and they've earned the right to play. And so having the ability to rotate those guys early in the game, when you just watch the tape, you watch that fourth quarter, our guys look fresher. They just did. Rajay's out there making people miss. He's running through tackles. Because those guys on the other side, they've probably played at that point, 75, 80 snaps, where Rajay, he's probably on like his 25th, 30th snap, and he's able to stay fresh. So having that depth, being able to stay fresh, that's huge for us right now.
In today's world of NIL and transfer portal, it's rare to see a player like Rajay Harris stick around in the program and be bought in for so long. What was it like seeing him? I know this is your first year in the program, but what was it like seeing him have such a great night on Thursday night?
It's cool in the sense of, somebody like him that's overcome injuries, that's been through a lot in his career, and stayed loyal to a program. I have a lot of respect for those type of players that do that, and just his smile is infectious. You see it every day, good or a bad day. I say he never has a bad day, but just his success and being able to lean on him in a game like that when we weren't playing at our best, and having him go win the game was awesome. And not only him, but guys like Dustin Hall and Parker Moore, those guys were just, they were just so emotional after the game because of everything that's kind of transpired over the last month and really over their career here, to lead to that moment and to go get to that point, able to lean on some, what I would consider some cornerstone players on our side of the ball.
What was that locker room and playing flight back, being able to celebrate that 6th win with so many of the older guys, even younger guys too?
That's why you do what you do. That's why you spend a million hours up here in this building, working your tail off. It's for times like that. And that's a locker room you'll never forget. Our players will never forget. They'll never forget a cold, crazy night in Tulsa, where they went and got their 6th win and got bowl eligible and won 3 in a row. That's why we do what we do. Coaches, college coaches, we're crazy for doing what we do, but that's why we do it. Is just the look. I'll never forget the look on some of those guys' face, just the joy that they had from accomplishing what they just accomplished.
North Texas obviously makes the coordinator change. How difficult does that make on you trying to figure out what they might do?
Yeah, I'll probably go find Emo before the game and tell him how much I appreciate that. No, it is what it is. It's just, for us, it just emphasizes the focus on it's about us. And, they may come out and do something different, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We got to go have great confidence in what we're doing and go execute our game plan, and whatever we may see. So it is what it is. We just faced somebody that came off a bye week and gave us something a little different. I'm sure we'll see something different from B.O. He's been in some different schemes at USC and Washington State and Mizzou, some different spots. So, we'll see what we see, and we'll adjust to it. We're going to have to do a great job as coaches and as players communicating on the sideline after those first few drives and see what it is and then go attack it.
Y'all popped some runs on 3rd and long this year. Just what was kind of that chess match like for you, like trying to guess when you might be getting a good opportunity to pop one?
Yeah, that's really kind of planned out, just from a standpoint of just what we're trying to accomplish as far as, are we going for it on 4th down? Are we not? Blake has done a great job of just communicating with me within drives of, hey, what's our game plan here? Are we trying to get a 1st down on 3rd down, or do I have 2 downs to go play with it? And when you can call a game like that, that makes it hard on a defense, because now they don't know if they're really defending a true 3rd down, or they, in our mind, defending like a 2nd and 9 or a 2nd and 7. So it's opened up the playbook for us a little bit, and it's allowed us to be a little more flexible in what we do. And we've reaped the benefits of it in these last 3 games. I mean, we've ripped off big, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 runs for 1st downs, and then obviously a touchdown the other night on a 3rd and 9.
I know, 3-4 weeks ago, this thing could have gone a multitude of ways. Do you feel like you guys as a staff, with Blake getting some buzz, are kind of playing for him at this point too, or is it still kind of focused on the players if you're not so there?
It doesn't change. It's still all about the players. And is there more buzz and noise out there? Probably. You know, obviously I don't see it. I don't read it. Our focus has to be on the players. And the second that it's not on the players, you know, that's when bad things happen. And that's when a lack of focus, that's when you start listening to the outside world and things that at the end of the day don't really matter. The only thing that matters for us is these players and making sure that we're doing our job. And even if they were to tell us the first day, hey, Blake, don't have a shot at this job, it wouldn't change our approach, because at the end of the day, it's about the players. And I want these players to freaking win every game that we have. And so, you know, is there buzz? I'm sure, but it wouldn't change one thing of how we approach the day. You know, every coach on this staff is still going to be here at 6 a.m., you know, trying to do their very best to make sure we go win every one of these football games.
Did you partake in the cigar celebration the other night?
I partook in a cigar. I might have had a cigarette too. You know, there might be some photo evidence of that. I may have to get it deleted, but no, I definitely partake. Like I said, you don't. That's why you do what you do, man. And when those things happen, you gotta freaking have fun with it.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, appreciate it, guys.